So we're picking up where we left off with perception and how imagination is the key to full control of your reality. And I mean that in the sense of, let's give an example. You're walking down the street, cars are driving by, people are walking by. It's light outside, there's the sun in the sky. That is the world that we live in. That is the group agreement. That is what we are experiencing on the regular. What does imagination do? It allows you to superimpose a new reality based off of no restrictions. So, as when you see when you see a child walk around, they're superimposing a reality on their reality. They're holding a stick, it's a toy gun, hopping up on pillows across the floor, trying to avoid falling into lava. Is there actually lava there? Not to us. To them, there is. That's the whole point, is that as you get older, you are programmed to start shutting off imagination so that you don't deviate from the program path, the path that leads everyone towards jobs and babies and marriage and midlife crises. But so hopefully what we're going to cover here is going to give you your power back to make some awesome changes. Because in the world of imagination, there are no limitations. But in the world that we call this real world, the limitations are a lot thinner than they seem. And what we perceive as very solid perceptions can be shifted. It's very much like The Matrix, the movie The Matrix, where anything can be shifted, rules can be bent, rules can be broken, and imagination is your tool with which to do that. If you can see it, you can do it. And the only way you're going to see it is by using your imagination. And the only way you're going to change your responses to things, and the only way you're going to change into a person who's happier, healthier, more loving, and with a higher level of perception, is by imagining that you're responding in a way that's not the way you're programmed to respond. So, this is very important. The astral senses are the key to this. So, as I was talking about in the last video, how you can visualize the numbers counting down from 99 and visualize each number. You can also use fruits. I love fruits. An orange for me was the easiest thing for me to ever visualize before I knew how to visualize. I could close my eyes and I could see an orange. I was like, okay, yeah, like I can see the texture. It's round. I can peel it. I can see it kind of spray. And you'll notice that different astral senses, you'll have some that are stronger than others. For me, the ability to smell the orange was a lot less than the ability to feel it or taste it. And in real life, my sense of smell isn't that great. Something that I could definitely change. So the point of meditation for me has been to develop an imagination. So out of the body meditations are meditations where you are visualizing something outside of yourself. In most meditations, when you start out, become out of the body meditations because you just don't have a level of control. And I mean that in the sense that you'll go sit in a chair or maybe lay down on a bed and you'll close your eyes with the intention to, I'm going to meditate. And 2 hours later, you'll wake up. You'll be like, oh, I fell asleep. How? Well, you were having an out-of-the-body meditation. And because of that, you went unconscious. So your body fell asleep. And then you came back and woke up. You don't really remember it most of the time. But beneficial all the same. And do not be confused. When you have a meditation, and in that meditation, you fall asleep, or you don't remember it, the benefit is still there. Later on, as you grow in your meditation, you'll understand why you weren't able to remember. and you'll be remembering more and more. There's a lot of things that you don't want to look at when you start out that are just too painful, and meditation brings those things up. Meditation is the path of, it's facing your inner demons and limitations. And a lot of that stuff you can't face right away, because it's gnarly, you know. The worst things from your life that you've suppressed are hiding there. And these are the main things that are determining how you perceive all of reality. So it's something to be taken slow. So out of the body meditation, you sit down, you breathe, you go unconscious. Where do you go? Well, with intention, meditation becomes something much easier. And if you're thinking of it in the sense of like, how does it work? Well, let's give an example. Out of the body meditation. You close your eyes, breathe a little, get a little relaxed, and you're like, hey, I want to go to the moon. Okay, so you start visualizing what the moon would be like. You see craters, you might see moon towns, maybe moon people, I don't know. Whatever you visualize. And so again, you're going out of your body when you're doing this. So you're actually traveling to the moon. Do I mean that you're traveling to the moon in the sky? Not necessarily. What you create becomes a creation, becomes as real as the moon in the sky. So if you're like, well, I don't think this is what the moon really looks like. Well, it might not be what the programmed moon in the sky looks like. But once you create it, you are actually traveling to a version of the moon that exists. An infinite amount of the moon exists, an infinite amount of everything exists. So you can just kind of use this to toy around. It's a great way to work on your visualization. If you have a house that you grew up in, something you can visualize very easily, the hallways and the doors and the rooms. Great way to start off in an out-of-the-body meditation. You go there, you walk around, you play in your backyard, an old school, anything, a supermarket down the street. All these things are great ways to start because you understand them and you know them. So as you do this, you're going to develop your astral sense of sight. You're going to be able to see. And as you grow in meditation, this ability to see becomes something less solid. And I mean that in the sense that you at first are seeing something that you think is beyond your control, and then later on you learn that what you see you can control. Visualize your old high school, and whereas you know what it looks like, switch one of the hallways, add a new stairwell somewhere. You're actually creating a new version of the high school to experience. So this is giving you like a little bit of an example. Right now I'm explaining like very, in a way, complex forms of meditation because there's not a lot of intention behind it, and I think intention is the main thing. So maybe we'll come back to the out-of-the-body meditation, and we'll jump into the other kind. In the body meditation, this is something that I've been trained in for about the past 2.5 years at the Clairvoyant Center of Hawaii, here in Hawaii. I live in Hawaii, and if you're looking for a great meditation program, the Clairvoyant Center of Hawaii, the best I've ever found, has helped me leaps and bounds. And it's an in-the-body program, and what that means is, in this meditation program, you are focusing on your body. You're focusing on your energetic space around you, and you're focusing on the subtle feelings and the energies that are hanging out there, and you're cleaning up your space. And you might be sitting down right now and being like, man, I'm really relaxed. Well, if you spent hundreds of hours focusing on your energetic space, you realize there's a huge amount of things that are in your space causing you these subtle tensions. So in the body meditation allows you to very much remove those tensions and become way more grounded and become way more relaxed. And this gives you a much more centered appearance. And I will talk about that in the next video.